Oh yes, you are welcome back to African Colonization TV. I'm Biafran History. Let's look into the issue concerning the Anioma state, the creation of Anioma, and then some people they will come, they will tell you that Anioma is only precise, is only in Delta. No, Anioma is beyond Delta, and in fact, Anioma, I would say Anioma as the language pronounce Anioma. It is almost all the Igbo states. You will find out that same language, that same land, and that same thing, that same pronunciation, or that same state called Anioma. In fact, in this our video, this our brother, he have come out to explain a lot concerning Anioma state, how Igbo and Anioma is being coiled, is being one, so that let people will not come out. They will tell you that Delta, the Asaba, or the Igbo Delta, the Delta Igbo, they are not Igbo. They are this, they are that, because a lot has been going on. You know, since the creation of Anioma State, some people have been advocating. Some of them have been protesting, saying that they don't want to join the Igbo, that they are not Igbo. While some of them they say that they are Igbo, well, like the people of Nedimoko, the persons of Nedimoko, the person who is sponsoring the bill of Anioma State, for them to add Anioma to the eastern states, so that it will become seized like other geopolitical zones in Nigeria. So a lot of debate has been going on concerning the Anioma State or not Anioma State. And this our brother, he has already settled the matter, because he explained a lot of things concerning Anioma and what people need to be expecting in this creation of Anioma as a state in Nigeria, and other people and other local governments like the Ibanke and the like other state, other ethnic group, both the Igala from the Benin, both some of them, how they are trying and they are creating to join Anioma as their own brother in the southeast. As you're about to watch it, like, subscribe, and share it for everyone to see things going on in Nigeria.
And as far as I've known, by terms of Ezechima and the rest of them, I've also known that Anioma is not just located in Delta State.
Okay.
That's what some people don't know. There is Anioma in Anambra. Anambra people, Onitsha people are not Anioma people.
They are
Ezechima clan. They are Ezechima clan. So, and that is why you see that the people who projected that stuff were Nnamdi Azikiwe, the Onitsas, the real Onitsas, and Nnamdi Azikiwe, Mwodepe, Osadebe, who is from Asaba here, and one other person.
And Onitsha was in that plan, I think in 1982.
Yes, to be part of Anioma State. So the real thing, one thing I want to stretch out here, you see, people have been the emphasis of alignment. This alignment have really beclouded it much more than the concept of creating the states.
Yes.
And I don't want us to lose that concept. The concept is having the state. This geopolitical zone people are talking about, it's something that just started in 1999 or thereabouts by the 1990 constitution. There was not anything like geopolitical zone before 1999 constitution. First, Nigeria was a region before it became states. Then they now made this geopolitical zone starting from 1999. Meaning that tomorrow we may not have geopolitical zone anymore. We can become a true federal state or true federalism, that party true federalism, where every state become autonomous on its own, just like it's practiced in United States of America. So if we lose this opportunity of having Anioma State just because we are trying to have these issues of where we should be placed, are we supposed to be in southeast or south, or we will lose a lot. The first thing is to get what we are looking for, and that is to have Anioma State. Because we all know that by the time Delta State was created, there was so much acrimony.
Yes.
There was so much disharmony. Yes. Why? Because some people felt we shouldn't be part of it. If it's a Delta State, Anioma should not be part of it. And that Asaba was made capital, worsening the whole thing. Yes. That for the next few years, Asaba was like a glorified state capital.
Yes.
Because some persons felt, this is not Delta State. These people are not Delta State. Yes. So, calling yourself a Delta, they know who Delta is, in quotes.
Yes.
And it's also reflected in the election of 2015. that brought in the first Anioma governor. Yeah. We saw what played out. So people should not deny the fact that when you are trying to become political or become sentimental over something that you know is very crucial. If not for a group of persons who assisted our then, he wouldn't have become a governor. Belushi, you were here in this state.
Yes,
we saw what played out. And Anioma Indigene was projected to be the masquerade. But eventually, 2 to 3 days of the primaries, he was dropped for an honorable man. Meaning they don't believe that we should head Anioma. They don't believe we are part of Anioma. So, see, I don't have plans with anybody. If anybody, but my interest is that I hear my 2 projection is this: we need to have Anioma State. Whether Anioma State is taken to northeast or Anioma State is priority, we should have it. And if there's an opportunity for us to have it, and the best opportunities for us to be aligned with Southeast, we should take it with all sense of urgency. That's one. Then 2 has to do with the fact that where do you want to be aligned? Yes, my people tell me, by old age, my father told me we originated from Benin. I'm married to an Edo person. But as far as I'm there, she's speaking the Igbo, Benin. I don't hear. So how do you align? How do you prefer to be aligned? And some people say they are Igala people. Do they hear Igala today? If an Igala man comes and speaks, can Asabama hear him? The day they will conspire and kill you with Igala language, will you know? You will even be there and they will kill you. But there is no way an Igbo man will speak that I will not hear. A Kwale man speak that I will not hear. Yes. And a Kama speak that I will not hear. So who do I speak? You will hear. So I prefer to go to where I can understand what they are doing. Their culture, their ways, their food relates with me. Because to be very candid, if you go to stay with people who you don't hear, the Kwere man, like we were talking in the preamble in Rivers, if they speak, I hear.
Yes.
Are you getting it now? But when an African man in South speak, and Robo man speaks in South, and in John man, I will never hear. And you'll be there, they will poison your food and you will die.
You will die.
So these 2 things are my postulations. Postulation based on the fact that Anioma State is sacrosanct. We need it.
First of all.
Okay? And that the only opportunity we have to have is because tomorrow, none of these people who are bringing the politics about it, they will feel disappointed tomorrow. Geopolitical zone is dissolved. A new constitution comes and they say there's no longer geopolitical zone. We now have to operate as federating states. You will have missed an opportunity to have a state. Why do you want to miss it? States are autonomous. States are not controlled by geopolitical zones. So we must go for it. And 2, we must align based on how we relate, how close we are, how we relate. Yes, I'm originated from Benin by the way they were told. But do I look at as an Benin man? Do I speak Benin? Do I eat that kind of food? You say you are from a Gala. Do you eat the kind of food the Gala people eat now? Do you dress like them? Do you speak like them? It's like a marriage. By the time you force yourself to say, I am your brother, it's just like me now telling a Hausa man, me, I'm your brother. He will be looking at me, how are we related? When the chiefs are down, when the night comes, they will use it as sacrifice because you don't even know what they are doing. So that's my opinion. Thank you.
Thank you very much. They say, that's my brother. I got the fear. You won't take my job. Thank you very much. You just listen to Mr. Michael Nnamdi CJ is a medical lab scientist. Do you have any question for him, boy Ogu?
Well, my brother is CJ. You said a lot of things. I don't have any question. I totally agree with what you say, and I pray that whatever you wish that to come to Anioma shall come to fruition. Amen. Actually, we are one. Yes. So we look at my name. Onyema.
Yes. Yes.
Hey, God, if you cross the other side, they say Onyema. You cross, they say Onyema. Yes. So why are we deceiving ourselves? During the Civil War, the people will say you are one with it because you are just in a geographical zone. They were pointing at that these are Igbos. These are Igbos. Yes. Why were there no massacre in Soko, Urobo land, and Uronigbe in Benin here?
Because they were not
massacre in Kwales. Yes. The massacre in Shago. Yes. And this. So my brother, Anioma Kanacho, by grace of God, we shall have it.
Thank you very much. Okay, we'll go for a short break. When we come back, a lot has been said about the Southeast. a lot of picture has been painted of the Southeast, which to me, in fact, I was in Anambra over the weekend. I went to Ezinifite on Friday and came back on Saturday. I was driving around Ezinifite around 1 a.m., 2 a.m. So I now begin to ask, where is the insecurity? All the roads good. You cannot see 3 plots of land without a massive building in Ezinifite, in Osumein.
Oh yes, you all have heard it. This our brother, they have settled the whole matter. Every argument, any argument that you see people come out arguing that Igbo, the Delta, the Asaba, they are not Igbo, they are this, they are that. It is just the issue of story, political story, just to divide people and to crew them. All those things just a politics. The Okowa that is sponsoring the Delta, the South, the Asaba, for them to remain as Niger Delta. Although I would say that he did not know what he's doing, is because of he's now today is in politics today. Tomorrow he will not know where he will belong to, and all those things. It is a way that the Nigerian system is being built. They use lies, they use forgery, they use propaganda to do many things they are doing, so that they will keep the people, keep them suffering. Anybody that rises up any day to speak, then they will shut the person down. Imagine. So this our brother, they have already said everything the way it is. So there is no two ways about it. God will open their eyes, then they will understand where they come from. Because it is very, very bad for someone to come out and they did not know where the rain started beating him. So I don't think that he will know when the rain will stop, even where the rain will stop beating him. So all those things is part of it. The people of South, or the people of Niger, the people of Asaba, they are confused. Most of them, they are confused because of the politician that is beside them. They are confused because of they are collecting something from the Fulanis, and they are confused because of they just want to separate themselves in the name of, if they associate themselves with the Igbo, and they may be doing this or they may be doing that to them. All those type of thinking, it is what they are afraid of. But at the end, all those things is just a way of dividing themselves out of their own brother, or denying themselves their own rights. That is it. Well, I would like you to watch this video for you to see things going on in this country where Tinubu have taken Nigeria to, for you to see the pain, the suffering people is passing through.
We have tried to live a Nigeria designed by Great Britain and handed to us. We have found it difficult to live in that Nigeria. We have fought a civil war, killed so many people, and still we have the same problems reoccurring. Perhaps the time has come to revisit the very foundations of Nigeria.
Don't forget that it's an Igbo man that salvaged Nigeria from the hands of the whites. Nnamdi Azikiwe led the freedom of Nigeria from the white British people. Even though they connived, and what they are doing us today, they are operating from the background. But that is the truth about the matter. Well, I cannot change the way you think. Like you wish, either Nigeria separates so that people can breathe fresh air.
Only a selfish leader from the Niger Delta region, a wicked politician who has been benefiting from the evil of one Nigeria, will kick against the Niger Delta going with Biafra. Only politicians who are afraid of accountability will kick against the whole of South going with Biafra, because they know that it will not be business as usual. And that is why they have not still come together to unite and demand for the release of Nnamdi Kanu and the separation that is needed.
And the way things are going, the Nigerian situation is as if, in fact, it is tribalistic. People are saying these things out now. It's not like before. During Goodluck Jonathan, they trekked, they protested against Goodluck Jonathan, even though Goodluck Jonathan is not from Southeast. But because maybe he's close to Southeast or that region is former Biafra, I don't know. So, but they protested. Why is it now that things are getting worse? Things are worse now that all these pastors and the GOs and the rest, they refuse to complain, to tell you that Nigeria is already divided before. All these things, we are just buying time, trying to buy time so that people can amass wealth that they want to amass, which will always destroy people's life at the end.
Pastors, imams, everyone, don't sell hope, don't do road for us. Don't build any, don't give us water. Come out, let us march the streets of Nigeria.
What do you expect?
Excuse me, you people in front of us, we will be at the back. We are your followers. We come to church every day. We go to the mosques every day. You lead us in prayers to pray to God that we don't see, but we have faith in God because we know there's a God. Now, we have the government. They are failing. You are leaders. March in front. We don't need celebrities. You are our celebrities. We come there every Sunday. March in front. I will march at your back. And I don't care if anybody shoots me. When Goodluck Jonathan was the president of Nigeria,
They marched.
they marched.
Yeah.
Why is nobody marching for Tinubu? And the condition of this country is worse than it was when Tinubu was and when Goodluck was here. Are we having selective attack? Let them march. I will come out. I don't want any celebrity. If to Savage or any other person goes out, I'm not gonna go on the street.
General Savage or the great honor. The ambush of the cherubim, the great honor. Honor, they hear what they happen. They don't deploy, but say make I give an information. Source, right information. They don't deploy soldiers come southeast. This morning, today, will be Monday. Now yesterday, Sunday, they begin to move. Today will be Monday. Deploying assassin. Come southeast. Deploy enough soldiers will be assassin, higher killer. Come southeast. Anybody will go down against Tinubu, they go whiskey and they go remove them. Anybody will go down against city boys, they go remove them. Anybody will go down against this election, we go fight, they go buy them. Secret arrest. So make everybody do vigilant. Now the election don't turn to do or die. It don't turn to killing or assassin. So everybody be a brothers keepers. Any movement you see for night, come among and no agree. Any arrest you see for midnight, no agree. Make the community gather, make the masses gather, make the village people gather, make the street gather. Any arrest where they cover face, make on a no go. Where they wear mask, make on a no go, and then they hide them. Any arrest where they cover face come, they fit by you. Will no be police van, no be healers, private car, then cover face, make on a no agree, community no agree, street no agree, masses no agree. Because now they don't deploy soldiers and there are people where they do dirty work, come southeast. We go there, anyone where they against president, where they against city boys, make them remove them, make them pick them up. As they pick them up, if it no come back, it no go well. The thing don't turn to do or die. Make her wake up. This announcement, pass and go around, send this message. My brothers in southeast, wake up. They don't deploy enough people where they buy people for them. Please.
He said that the African Union is not effective and is not fit for purpose, and therefore the African Union need complete total reform. So, should we dissolve the African Union? Are they aware of what is going on in Nigeria? Right in front of the African Union, Libya went down. In front of the African Union, they were here. Sudan is gone, completely beyond repair. I'm telling you right now that the same strategy used to destabilize Sudan is the same strategy which is being used in Nigeria currently. We are going to be here doing ECOWAS, African Union. They are like juice factory these days. African Union will be here until they hear that there is coup d'etat in Nigeria. Then they will wake up. Hey, we no go agree. Putting out statement. They are going to send their already structured army that they are going to restore democracy in Nigeria, but they cannot restore peace in Nigeria. The video on your screen, this young man was going, and before I prove to you that Nigeria is about to become the explicit replica of Sudan, wait, this young man was traveling and he was somehow anyhow kidnapped. In fact, the only crime of this guy is the fact that he's a Nigerian. That's all. His only crime is the fact that he's a Nigerian. We will be here and Nigeria will completely fall. African Union, you have your army that you have been sending to countries that have done coup d'etat, remove corrupt officials. But this army cannot fight some bandit in bush wearing jalabia with slippers. The army of Nigeria has failed to protect the people of Nigeria. Now let me prove this to you. In Sudan, I said it from the beginning that Sudan, for example, we are going to have the same strategy. That is what we are going to see. In Sudan, do you know what is going on? The Janjaweed, which is now become the RSF, the Rapid Support Force in Sudan. They started like what is going on right now in Nigeria. In Nigeria right now, somehow, anyhow, I don't know who came up with this useless idea that they want to rehabilitate these T group people and recruit them back into the community. Some are being recruited into the army. I don't understand who came up with this useless idea. I can't tell. When you think about it, you can't fix it in your head. Talk less of fixing it on the ground. What is happening right now is that, these few days, they are taking out the generals in the army of Nigeria, one after the other. All the generals are going and they are replacing them. There is an agenda. I don't want to say certain things, so I'm keeping my conversation very cool. This is how the Janjaweed started in Sudan. They are in the bush buying all the black people to the level where the black people have it to the neck because they were carrying on some kind of whatever Islamic agenda. I don't know. The Janjaweed then was the same group of this T group. All of a sudden, the next thing we begin to hear is that, oh, they are rehabilitating them. All of a sudden, the Janjaweed, all of them were recruited and rebranded, remodernized, and they have become the RSF, the Rapid Support Forces. The time they became the Rapid Support Forces, they are done eliminating the generals in the army of Sudan. There was so total replacement, and they rehabilitate them, rebranded them to work alongside the military of Sudan. One day they wake up, join hands with the military. They took out the government so that they can run the country together. Now the military, the real army of Sudan, wake up only to realize that the Janjaweed, which is now the RSF, wake up against them because all of them are fighting for leadership. And look at what is going on in Sudan. Sudan is completely out of coverage area, completely beyond repair as we're speaking right now. Honestly speaking, Sudan is gone. And on social media, whatever, when you talk about it, they flag you, they say this and that. Oh, let's keep that aside. Now, Nigeria, these guys in Nigeria, that video on your screen you are watching right now, they are recruited. That is a rehabilitating center. They are recruiting these guys from the bush. Some are going back into the community. Some are entering where? The military. The same strategy to rebrand this T group into an armed force to work alongside the army of Nigeria. Same strategy. Just as the Janjaweed were rebranded to become RSF, these guys that they are rebranding right now will be given a new name, polished name. Nigeria will be brought down to its knees. African Union, you will be here until Nigeria fall. And I'm saying this, many of you will be watching me and say that, oh, you don't know the agenda of these guys. If Nigeria fall, the entire West Africa will go. Because Togo is just right beside Nigeria right there. Benin is closer. And as for Ghana, this is their domain. We are going to have a lot of Nigerians coming here, and our authorities, because of ECOWAS and Pan-Africanism, they cannot stop them. And therefore, we are going to have a lot of this T group trooping in. The day they handle, they are done with Nigeria, they will take the next country. It is a complete agenda going on. So where is African Union? I mean, if you have come across this video, especially on Facebook, try your possible best and tag the president of Ghana together with the African Union. They need to do something about this. If Nigeria fall, entire West Africa will fall. Currently, as we're speaking, these guys in the group, they are now more powerful than the entire army of Nigeria. Nigeria, that we always say this is the giant of Africa, they cannot fight people in Jalabia with slippers. Wearing jalabias with slippers, with Quran in their bags, up and down. You are appealing to the United States to come and help you. These guys, I don't know, somehow, anyhow, the rehabilitating center, I saw some white dudes around. Some guys came on board and these Europeans are coming in. I don't know how they are working with the rehabilitation staff. And we will be here. The army of Nigeria will be completely gone. We have the president of this group building an army straight from the bush in Nigeria. Shegumi. I'm talking about Shegumi. I know you have been picking people on the media and all that. Shegumi is what I'm talking about. That is the only intelligent man in Nigeria. When citizens are dead, you will not see him in action. When the citizens of Nigerians are dead in the hands of his group, I say his group, you will not see Shegumi in action. But let the Nigerian government take a stand and say we are going to clear these guys out. Shegumi will be out speaking for them. The army of Nigeria is calling these people prodigal son, quoting Bible scripture to us that we need to give them time to repent. What the hell do you mean repent? Send them to heaven. Let God handle the situation there. Here, this is earth. Here, we deal with human being here. What the hell do you mean that repentance? What are you talking about? What do you, I mean, how can the army even come out and make that statement in the first place to begin with? That you are giving time that these people should repent. And now, let me tell you one thing that they are also doing. Nigerians in Nigeria, in their own country, have become commodity that these guys are using. Nigerians, let me tell you how they are doing it. The group in the bush are divided into two. There is one particular group. What they do is that they go to villages and then go to church and then tie everybody in there. They go to mosque and wear vests and then they will do all kind of things. Now, when they need money for ammunitions and stuff and all that, there is another group that go about kidnapping Nigerian citizens for ransom, to raise money to survive in the bush. Nigerians are commodity, are the resources they are trading to make money in the bush. So this army, we have been here, these people have become so powerful in the bush of Nigeria, in the forest right there. You see the reason why I've been shouting all the time. Last time, the Fulani communities in Ghana, they were angry with me. Yeah, I saw many of them in their videos. They were angry. Hey, I'm attacking their community. I am the energy you people use in this country and across Africa to come together against us when we talk about the things some of your people are doing. If you can use that energy, unite. If you can use that energy and you unite to speak against the things that your people are doing, I think they will solve at least 30% of the problem. African Union, you need to sit up. We cannot sit here, watch Libya gone, watch Sudan gone. DRC is beyond repair. Under your watch, African Union, under your watch, DRC is beyond repair. Currently, as we speak, and look at Nigeria right now, if not because of the intervention of Captain Ibrahim Traore, Assimi Goita, General Tiani, the entire Sahel region will go offline under your watch. It is high time you get up and sit down with your men that you have been sitting down with, writing articles and then condemning coup d'etat. Sit down and make big decisions. Send your army to Nigeria and restore peace. It's not only about democracy. I'm very particular about this because in the next 30 years, I don't want my kids to be running up and down in Ghana because they need shelter from these guys. I'm particular about it because I don't want to leave this place and my grandchildren will be running up and down, being kidnapped, and then they'll be requesting ransom. That's what I'm speaking.
Having said that, there is something that I will show you now. Just show you briefly what one lady is saying about, being an APC member or not. I don't know how true it is, but that is what she's saying. And I bet you that people cannot just come on air and be saying such things without, substantiating it. Yes. Watch, she spoke in Igbo.
Onye mgba shoe manga shoe na fe ofu. Now, owo na eto container oputa n'elu mmiri na papa ndị Nigerian government jido ya. Owo na ewu APC member ka nwoke eziokwu container ga ha ga-apụta n'elu mmiri ha. Nga ha ka ọ ga-anọ na amudu mortgage. Enwere ike nọrọ nga ha ya goji abandon goods echefuwe ya. Mana owo na nọ na APC akpatakwata gị kpọ onye isi ụnọ ozugbo enye ọda gị hụ ngwa ya ga-apụta. That is why you cannot operate this life with sentiments. All
I develop was seaport monopoly. Lagos nwere na Nigeria economy I collapse. Mother man ha nwere alternative. Now agbabazie mbọ bebezie ekpere yoba ndị business ha nọrọ na nka maka na ha mara ha nwere alternative ebe ọzọ ha esi buru ngwa afịa ha ma ọgba afịa ha ma ọ mee ife ha na-eme. Ụmụazị Igbo Chineke agọzigo anyị mana anyị kwesịrị iwetu akụ n'ụlọ dozie ebe anyị. And that is why.
Okay, you have seen that. And what do you think about what she said? Having said that, let's take a look at this documentary. You must get one or two things concerning what is being said in this documentary.
This is the 8th evening of Sunday, the 10th day of May 2026. Good evening, everyone. For over some months ago now, for the past 1 year, they have been moved, a desperate move to say, by the ruling All Progressive Congress led by the President Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu administration. They are desperate to bring in oppositions into the APC. And you see how it is playing out. So many governors join them. And, a lot of people are just trooping into APC. And they are doing everything possible to disorganize other political parties and so on and so forth. And a lot of people see this move as a political strategy just to weaken the opposition. Well, you may not be far from the truth. But for what purpose? There is a purpose. There is a reason for everything. Now, the reason why APC is doing everything possible, everything human possible, they can do it and they are ready to do it just to remain in power is something that a lot of people are not interrogating. By the way, the All Progressive Congress came to birth. That is when CPC and ACN merged together and formed coalition, and APC came to life. APC did not come with sense of humanity, or they did not come like a solution. They came for war. And while they were trying to take over power from Goodluck Jonathan, you could see the former vice president, a pastor, a professor of law, Yemi Osibanjo, coming to Channels Television. I still have the videos in my file. He said they are going to form a parallel government if they did not win the election. In other words, Nigeria will now have another government apart from the real government. He threatened that on the national television. Nobody arrested him, by the way. And after that, the coalition started importing terrorists. They started importing Fundani militia, thousands and millions of them into Nigeria. They claim that the reason why we imported it is because we are looking for people to help us vote out Jonathan. A very silly and stupid excuses. Now, Kau Baraje, in his 70th birthday, in open space, he was talking and he forgot the sensitive nature of what they did. So he decided to admonish to the world that they imported terrorists to remove Jonathan. Now, going back to the reason why the APC administration will never want to lose power in Nigeria is a very kept secret, a top secret, confidential secret. Because if another administration comes into office, that administration might not be able to solve the problem of Nigeria, right? But they are going to bring up files. They are going to probe how did Tinubu and Buhari coalition imported terrorists? How? Why is it that nobody charged them for treason? This is because they are still in power. A lot of military generals came to national television to Arise News. I have about 5 videos in my file confessing how the federal government removed them from military because they wanted to finish Boko Haram, because they brought the names of people who are funding terrorism to the government. They arrested them. APC will never try to lose this power. You know what? This is the just the simple reason why everybody is supposed to even make sure that these people lose power. Both people who joined them before, Atiku joined them, Bukola Saraki joined them, Dino Mendaye joined them. I'm talking about those people who formed the coalition. Atiku, Dino Mendaye, Bukola Saraki, them, Aisha Yusuf then was part of them. This coalition imported terrorists. Then Aisha Yusuf then were acting like activists though. I don't think they were real members of APC. Okay. But this coalition imported terrorists. Is one of the reasons APC will never want to lose power. Because all of them, including Tinubu, they may go to jail. I'm not, saying something that is funny. They may go to jail. Now, you watching me, I want you to calm down. Calm down and reason with me. How come or how can almost 200 million people keep quiet and we are still keeping quiet when the ruling government imported terrorists? And these terrorists they imported have killed more than 1 million people in Nigeria. The terrorists have killed more than 1 million people. The people they imported. If you want to talk about treason, they are there. If you talk about terrorism, the crime is a terrorist act. What kind of crime are you going to mention that these people did not commit? This is one of the reasons anytime they lose power, they will go to jail. Now, I was listening to Kunde Olaomi, that former Navy commando. He served for Nigerian security, intelligence unit for so long. He served Nigeria for over 36 years. He has assumed all set of top positions, both the Defense Intelligence Agency and the National Intelligence, Directorate. He served all those areas. He said there was a day when Yar'Adua was asking him to preside over some insecurity issues, something like that. Or is it? Yeah, no, it was under Buhari. He said he now ordered DSS to bring out files. When DSS brought out files, they saw people who are sponsoring terrorists are governors, senators, and people in the presidential office. That if you want to stop this, you've got to arrest all these people. And that was where their power stopped. Because they can't arrest president. They can't arrest all these top people. They will say they have immunity. I am telling you that APC is desperate to continue to retain power because of the reasons that is not known to the public. Only if the public is aware of this, if you are aware of this, if people are aware of this, then people can start changing their mentality and understanding that both the lowest unit of your state, maybe your state governor is doing well or your senator is doing well because he's in APC, he's now campaigning for Tinubu. And maybe your person just entered APC. He was not part of the coalition that imported these terrorists. I want you to be very, very careful. This is one of the reasons. Then the second reason is that after importing these terrorists, during Muhammadu Buhari's administration, they tried to settle them down. Femi Adesina even came to AIT News. I have the video in my file. Maybe you must have seen the video. So all these videos are not confidential video. It's everywhere. You can even Google it and get it, okay? Now, he said that Nigerians should choose between their life and their land. A spokesperson to Buhari, Femi Adesina. He said we should choose between our life and our land. Everything he said is happening. People choose that they must not leave their ancestral land and they are dying for it. You people think it's a joke? It is a government calculated something. I dare APC, the APC will lose power. You will see mass exodus. They will run out of Nigeria. They will run out, especially if someone who did not help them to import terrorists, who is not in this coalition, emerge as president or emerge as the ruler or winner of any election. You will see mass exodus. But there are some people that will win the election. They will not bother to leave because it is all of them and we all carry out the importation. So they will not bother to leave. I am telling you that any time, any day, APC is being defeated in Nigeria. Not because if you defeat APC, the problem of Nigeria will finish. No. No administration can solve the problem of Nigeria. But at least, if any government that is not part of the people who imported terrorists emerge, Tinubu, these people, they may go to jail straight ahead. Nothing will stop them not to go to jail.
Oh yes, that is it. You all have seen the old news, the old story, the old thing that is going on in Nigeria. The problem of Nigeria is beyond repair. The only solution is to let those who want to be free, for them to be free, not by putting them by force, by all means. And from the beginning to the end, people keep agitating, people keep complaining, people keep crying. on the situation that the people is passing through. And then this is not only one side, this is not only one zone, this is the whole of Nigeria. No any section you go today that you will not see people crying of the hardship and the pain the government is putting them through. And at the end, they don't have any alternative but to rely on God. Because, when everything has failed, people believe that God will not fail them. That is why you see churches everywhere, you see mosques everywhere, and you see herbalists everywhere, because they rely on their God, on their faith, thing that can help them. But in a country where things is moving, you will see government coming up to help and to bring alternative ways for things to keep moving so that life will sustain in that country, but not in Nigeria. But in Nigeria, where we have everything, crude oil, every type of mineral resources in this country, but the people, the citizens, they are not benefiting anything from it. Instead of it, they are suffering. The people that have gold, they are suffering. The people that have oil, they are suffering for it. And the people that have any type of mineral resources you have in your state, in your land, you that have it must suffer because of you having it. And that is the nature of Nigeria. That is why every zone, every area, and anywhere you go, people keep crying and keep complaining to the government for them to come for their rescue. But still, I don't think there is any rescue from anywhere in this country. Well, the other thing is that Ojukwu, the speech he made in this video, he has already settled everything. They have fought war, and by a lot of people, and still yet the thing that is happening in Nigeria keep happening. No peace, no love, no unity, and sliding and keeping them one side, keeping the Igbo one side, claiming that they are not originally from Nigeria. And again, you are not giving them what you need to give to them, like the way you are doing to others. At the end, you want them to keep silent and to be looking you, but you are taking their resources and to repair other parts of the country. But whenever they rise up to speak, then you shut them down, and you want the country to be a better place for everybody. In fact, a lot is happening. That is why you see any country where there is injustice, like Nigeria, where things is not moving, I don't think that country will develop. No matter whoever is telling you that Nigeria will develop tomorrow, that tomorrow will be better, that is a prayer of a poor man, and is a prayer of someone who don't have anything to say. Well, I would like to hear your comment down below. What do you think about the whole thing happening in Nigeria? Like, subscribe, and make sure you share it for everyone to see things going on in the country. Say thank you for watching.